Hello everyone, my name is Karla. I'm a registered dietitian and a chef instructor, and welcome to Make It at Home. We are making Salsa Verde Salmon, and it's a foolproof recipe, super easy for you to make at home. So let's get started. So this sauce you can make for chicken breast, whitefish, any type of animal protein that you like. But today we're using salmon. And I like salmon because it is known as a fatty fish. That means it's really high in good fats. One of them is omega-3 fats that is really good for our brains and our hearts. It is super easy to make, and I'm gonna show you my technique for cooking it. But first, let's make the sauce. All we need is half cup of parsley and half a cup or half a bunch of cilantro. This is fresh. Then I decided that I wanted to have a little bit of a kick, so I'm gonna use a whole jalapeno that has been seeded and chopped up, and we're gonna blend all of this, so it really doesn't matter how you cut it. So I just chopped it in medium to small pieces. We're gonna use 1/4 cup of olives. This is stuffed olives. We have 1 small onion and some garlic. I'm using 3 large cloves. But the recipe calls for 4, but these are pretty large, so I just said I'm happy with this. Then we have 1/4 cup of toasted almonds. You can use salted or unsalted, whatever you have at hand, and you can use any other nuts that you have at hand. It goes pretty well with the sauce. If you have an allergy or anything like that, just skip the nuts altogether. We have half a cup of vegetable broth. You can use whatever broth you have in hand, chicken, beef, fish, vegetable broth. It's a liquid base for the sauce to have it nice and smooth. And we have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and I added 1 tablespoon of olive oil to add more to those healthy fats that are great for our heart. So let's get started by adding all the ingredients to our blender. I like to start with the liquids first. And I would take all the vegetables, the olives, the onions, and the herbs, chop them all together until everything is nice and fine, and then you will add the liquid, you will add the oil. Also, make sure you add the almonds too, and you chop them together with all of the veggies, and then you add it to a bowl and mix it. It's gonna come out chunky, but it's still a good sauce for any animal protein. Okay, so we added our broth. I'm gonna add the oil, and I'm gonna add the cider vinegar. Then I go ahead and add all the herbs. Make sure everything gets in. We don't waste anything here. Perfect. Our jalapeno. By the way, you can use a spicier pepper if you wanted to. Remember, this recipe is your own. You're making it at your home. So at your home, anything goes. We'll go ahead for the almonds, the olives, and a little trick. I added a little bit of the olive juice just to add a little bit of a zesty kick. You don't have to do that, but that was just me. Because right now you're in my home, right? And I forgot to mention, I'm gonna add salt and pepper, add it to taste. All right, and now we blend. I like to have a little extra broth on hand just in case I wanna change the texture of the sauce. It's perfect. So I have here my salmon. Sometimes I like skin off. If you can get skin on and debone and fillet easier for you, skin on will give us more of that flavor when we cook it. One thing also that you can do is you can make this sauce. Let's say you have some chicken breast, some lean cuts of meat that you want to use, some other types of fish, and you have containers at home that you can go in the freezer, you can put them in separate containers and add a little bit of the sauce in each, and now you have seasoned meat or fish or chicken ready to go on the freezer. But always remember to date whatever you are putting in the fridge, because we don't want any experiments, and we want to make sure that what you're eating is good to eat. In the freezer, whatever you put in the freezer will last about 6 months. If you keep it in the refrigerator, make sure that you keep it in the bottom just for food safety, and keep it for fish, it lasts a little less, so 1 to 2 days. So if you're gonna cook it then for later, make sure you cook it the next day right away. For chicken, 2 to 3 days. So if it's uncooked in the refrigerator, so make sure that you cook it within a couple of days just for food safety, okay? So let's add the sauce. It looks great. Step number 1 is we're gonna turn our oven on at 400 degrees, okay? While the oven is warming up, we're gonna start cooking the fish in an oven-proof skillet, okay? A skillet that you can put in the oven that doesn't have any plastic. This one is stainless steel, is perfect. The skillet needs to be really hot to make sure the meat doesn't stick, okay? It smells so good. I wish when you make it at home, you will remember me, because the aroma is amazing. You hear that sizzling? That's what we want. With fish, it cooks fast, okay? So we want to cook it for 1 minute on each side, and then it goes into the oven at 400 degrees. Once we finish searing it 1 minute on each side, we're gonna put it in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes. So let's flip it. Let's start with this one. Nice. You see this nice and golden color? Beautiful. So another minute. Because we're finishing it on the oven, we're gonna add the rest of the sauce on top, okay? For food safety, sometimes depending on the recipe, if you're marinating something, this is a marinade too. You can keep it overnight so that the next day it has more flavor. But sometimes for food safety, some recipes call for discarding the marinade, but we're cooking it off in the oven so we can add it on so that we don't waste anything, okay? And it looks so good. I'm excited for you because I know you're gonna make it. You have to. Make sure that you add everything here. And into the oven we go. Thank you for joining me. I hope you make this at home. Remember to add your own twist to this recipe. Nothing is written in stone, and this recipe is not. So enjoy it, and thank you so much. Bye.